For my topic today, I picked the mascot and the team name of the Washington football team, the Washington Redskins. This has been an issue of controversy for the past several years. For many Native American groups, political activists, and leaders across the United States have come together to discuss the negative connotations and the derogatory nature of the term the Redskin, and how that should, because of that derogatory nature, that the Washington Redskins must change their name to something that is not offensive. To begin, I will go through a brief history of the term Redskin. It started back in the 1700s and the early 1800s, and it wasn't used originally as a derogatory term. It was used as in a nature more sympathetic towards Native Americans. Yet, as time went on and as culture changed, it became more offensive, and then Native Americans, that who the term stands by today, view it as something that is very offensive to them. And thus, that is why they decided to change it. And they brought this case all the way up to the Supreme Court. Yet, the Supreme Court decided against the Native Americans and towards the Washington Redskins, as the Washington Redskins put up a lot of resistance, especially from owner Dan Snyder, who on multiple occasions has been cited saying that he will never, ever change the name of the Washington Redskins, as it represents some sort of historical value to them. The Supreme Court ruled in favor of Dan Snyder, citing that free speech is invoked even in cases where derogatory terms or hurtful terms are used by groups. And the reason that I chose this is because this only promotes more racism and more inequality within our society. If we are allowing groups to use free speech and terms to offend other individuals and promote things that are offensive to other individuals, we are creating a society that furthers hate and systemic oppression of minority groups. And free speech is something that should not be used to harm other individuals. For example, we cannot go into a movie theater and say there's a fire, because that causes harm to other individuals. And just like that, we cannot go towards Native American groups and use terms that are offensive to them, because then that just creates a culture and a system saying we can create harm and use terms that establish Native Americans and other minority groups as lower than us. And thus it creates this systemic problem within society, and it is something that needs to be addressed. This relates heavily to our book, because while we do talk about gender, we also discuss in large how race affects gender as well, and how people of color and people of race are many times taken less seriously, or they're not considered for the same positions or provided the same opportunities in society. And giving people another derogatory term to use to refer to groups of people only fuels it further, this oppression and this problem within society. And thus it is something that needs to be fixed. And that is why I picked the Washington Redskins for my topic, because it is something that needs to be changed right now.